Hey guys, I'm Tim.
And I'm Bob.
I'm Tyler.
Welcome to the Board Game Rundown presented by Game Twaddle. Today we're going to talk about some news, hit up a Kickstarter or two, and then get into some games that we're really crazy about right now. So first off, actually before we even get into news, I want to talk about Protospiel for a minute. Protospiel South Bend is happening February 21st through the 23rd. We're selling game designer badges. Also, we are selling playtester badges, which are a lot cheaper. The designer badges are only $50. And the playtester badges are $10 for the whole weekend. So you can go in, play a whole bunch of games that are already in development. You can find that at tabletop.events.com and then just look up Protospiel South Bend. You'll find us there.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Like, you ever wonder how a game becomes created? What kind of things you have to go through to get a game made?
And we've got people there that actually have had games published.
Yeah.
So these are
Legitimate
guys.
game testing.
These are guys that are going to take their games to companies soon and pitch them or self-publish on
Right.
Kickstarter. So.
And I mean, who doesn't grow up wanting to game test?
Right.
You know, like that's a dream job there.
Yeah.
I'm excited to just go and play a whole bunch of other people's games and see them before they happen. It's
Yeah.
kind of cool when that happens. So anyways, Protospiel South Bend coming up in a couple weeks, so you're running out of time. And there is limited room, but there's still plenty of tickets available. But don't make that sound like there's nobody coming.
We got some people coming.
We're about half full.
Yeah.
So we're selling badges every day.
Yeah,
So
as we near closer to it, it is getting closer. Like, we're selling them more and more quickly.
yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's fantastic. And Protospiel. Super excited. Moving on into some news, there is a book that has just come out that I want to talk about real quick.
Okay.
It's a little expensive, but I'm pretty sure it's like a really thick tome. It's called The Building Blocks of Tabletop Game Design, and it's by Jeffrey Engelstein and Isaac Shalev. I apologize if I mispronounced that. So Jeffrey Engelstein is the guy behind like Ludology podcast. He actually teaches like a course on board game design. Super smart. Both these guys. And the book, essentially what it does is it breaks down and categorizes game mechanisms. So like there's like a whole chapter on like auction mechanisms, and then like all the different types of auction mechanisms, worker placement, all kinds of. So basically any game mechanism you can think of, they have found it, they have codified it, they've given it a name, because there's some that they've even discovered that didn't really have names. So it's just like a thing that you did, and it's like, oh, this happens. Well, they named it, they've categorized it.
That is very cool.
So each mechanism's got like a couple pages dedicated to it. There's diagrams in there so you can like see how they actually break down. So as someone who's not a game designer, I would find it fascinating to just kind of like flip through and like randomly check things out. But if you're a game designer, like it's even more like, oh wow, because you can really go in
Tips and tricks and
tell you how to take these mechanisms, right, and implement them into your game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool.
That's cool.
I heard about it.
You could number each one of those mechanisms and then roll some dice and then take those mechanisms and put them into a game.
I've randomly created a game, and if it sucks, it's your fault.
It's the book's fault.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the book's fault.
It's
right.
the book's fault.
It's not my fault.
No.
It's not my fault.
Okay.
Okay. Other things that are coming up. There's a game that I'm kind of obsessed with that I've never even seen other than the cover, but it sounds like so much fun. I believe it comes out in March. It is called Fast Sloths.
Okay.
So it's 2 to 5 players. It's a Friedman Freeze game. He's a fairly well-known designer. And it is, you're a sloth.
Okay.
And you're at this resort on vacation with all these other animals that are on vacation. And you really want to see and like do everything at the resort, but you don't want to move. So what you do is you draw these cards, and these cards have other animals on them, and then you play those cards, and the animals, it is a pick up and deliver game where you are the item being delivered because you're a sloth.
Pick me up.
Yes. So you're playing cards like elephants will like throw the sloth to like a different area. And like maybe I don't remember what the other animals are. There's ants that can carry you. So there's all these things, and you're trying to get these different areas and get like food and snacks.
Right. Sounds fun.
Sounds hilarious. And there's like a modular board.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of different kind of animals that you can play from. You only use like 6 at a time. And so you're going to get like all these different like combinations. So there's over 200 different like combinations of things. Okay. And I just think it's hilarious that you're a sloth that's too lazy to move. And I could just see us playing this and having like really funny dialogue while we do it.
Right.
So
I mean, I can't speak for you, but I would love to find this resort and just be carried around the whole time.
Yeah, right.
seriously,
Don't have to be a
Seriously.
sloth.
Right.
But sloths are cute.
They are
Yeah,
cute. That
They're
helps.
cute.
Yeah.
It helps.
Yeah, being cute
It
definitely
helps. So, anyways, fast sloths. Ask your game store about it because I'm going to be pestering mine because I really want a copy. And if it stinks, it's fine. I've got a game with a cute sloth on the front
Right.
that I can play with my daughter because she'll be excited.
Mhm.
But it just sounds like a lot of fun, and there's a lot. It sounds like there's enough kind of variety and strategy there to kind of keep me interested. And Friedman Freeze is a good game designer, so
Yeah.
Fast Sloths coming soon. Another one that I'm super excited about, and it's mostly because I love the IP, is Aliens. Another Glorious Day in the Core. Have you
Yeah.
seen this?
I heard about it.
You familiar with Aliens?
Not so much, but I'm also new to gaming.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So
you
basically,
know the movie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought we were talking about the board game.
Yeah, we are. I just
Okay.
wanted to make sure just how
this
to-
is based on the second Aliens movie,
Okay.
Alien movie called
Yeah.
Aliens.
Right.
And so it's 1 to 6 players. It's put out by Gale Force 9. So they did Dune, they did the Firefly. They do like a lot of IP heavy
Okay.
games. So it's a straight co-op. There's 6 different missions, or you can play like a 4-player campaign. But you all have to survive, right, to go on to like the next stage of the campaign, or for the 4-mission campaign.
Okay.
So anyways, it's Aliens. You guys are all playing
Mm-hmm.
Marines.
Mm-hmm.
You're scavenging for stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever the missions are, I don't know yet, but I think it looks
Doesn't
really
matter.
cool. I'm super excited. I'm
Yeah.
a sucker for
That's a
Aliens.
fun IP.
Yeah. And if they can do it well,
Mhm.
right? Because the legendary Alien deck building game, Legendary Encounters Alien, is super good if you like Alien. And it's kind of the only good game that I know of right now off the top of my head
That's Aliens.
is, the Legendary Encounters. So it's based on like Legendary, like Marvel Legendary.
Mm-hmm.
But you can play through, in that game, you can play through each of the movies.
We have the Predator one too.
We do have the Predator one, and that is also really good.
Yeah.
But it's and that's probably the only good game in the Predator IP.
Yeah.
So to get another game in a universe that I'm excited about,
Different kind of game.
right?
Right.
Do you have any? You got a new?
I got a new Kickstarter in. It's called Isles of Terror.
Yes.
I'm pretty excited about it. Let's see, it's got dice combat, resource management, plus
Okay.
some tile exploration.
So is it territory control?
It's got some territory control in it. And the more territories you control, you get more resources to send back to recruit more guys.
Okay.
And then there's a versus mode that it comes with, and also comes with a co-op and solo variant.
Okay.
And then if you buy the expansions, they've got some other factions you can add in to bring it up to 6 players.
Sure.
And they also have most of the little minis are the cardboard punch-outs, but they have a miniatures pack that you can buy to give you
Nice.
some plastic pieces.
I like minis.
Everybody likes fancy bits.
I do
I
love
like
fancy bits.
bits.
I love the fancy
Yeah.
bits. I know there are board game minimalists out there that
Yeah.
don't need the fancy bits, and God love you.
Mhm. I like that candy. I just gotta
I-
look at it.
I
It looks so
do.
good. Yeah.
I do too. I do too. So you have all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but hopefully it'll be out by the end of this year. I got my Kickstarter copy in, like we said.
Yeah, usually if you're getting yours now
yeah.
in a month or two, well,
Usually it hits the
I mean,
stores in
sometimes it
months.
hits at the same time,
Yeah,
right?
if it's
Or before.
some board game companies, which we won't mention right now, like to get their
Ooh.
games to the store before they give it to backers, but that's a whole nother topic.
Right. I guess we could just do our own topic discussion about that later, right?
Yeah.
Just called Bob is feeling salty.
Yeah, something like that.
No, that's cool. What was it called again?
Isles of Terror.
Okay. How many players?
1 to 4 in the base game, and then with the expansions you can add on different factions. And it plays, there's like different scenarios that you can play through, but there's also played together as an overarching campaign.
Oh, right on.
So that's kind of cool. And there are different monster bosses that you can put in that you can get. There's a Cthulhu faction.
Take
and then,
my money.
Yeah, and there's a Loth section, like the Spider Queen.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so that's kind of different. You don't see a lot of Spider Queen type things.
No.
But there's one of those, so that's kind of cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Okay. So a lot of
Something different.
variation. I'm
Yeah.
glad you got it because I didn't even hear about this Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So now I will get to play it. So
Mhm.
that's cool.
Perks.
Perks. Totally perks.
Mhm.
Kickstarter that I want to talk about. There's some time left. Have you seen the Lost Worlds of Josh Kirby
No.
on Kickstarter right
I
now?
have not.
So Josh Kirby, little background, was a British artist. He did the cover art for all the Discworld books,
Okay.
which is all like kind of real trippy and like real like hardcore fantasy. He also did like poster art for Beastmaster, Kroll, Return of the Jedi.
Wow. Okay, yeah,
so like
yeah.
a painter, like real
Yeah.
good, like really neat, very busy paintings.
Details.
Lots of details. So these people have come together and they've made a game kind of based on his artwork. So it's like high space opera.
Okay.
There's a little bit of push your luck because you're like exploring new worlds. But then when you explore worlds, are you going to be nice and like make peace?
Right.
Or are you going to like conquer the worlds and stuff like that?
That's pretty cool.
I don't know. I will go like a ton into it, but it's not very expensive. It's on Kickstarter. It looks kind of neat. If you like artwork, like I enjoy good artwork in a game.
Yeah,
Sometimes
me
that's
too.
enough. Sometimes, or like, oh, well, it's just so pretty to look at, right?
Yeah.
Fancy bits.
Fancy bits. But really nice artwork, really interesting. I think it's at least worth like looking and kind of just seeing if that's your jam. But yeah, so check it out. I believe when this comes out, there's probably 13 to 14 days left in that Kickstarter. Pretty reasonably priced. There is a retailer pledge, so if you are on the fence and you can talk your game store into getting a copy, you might be able to see one and hold the box in your hand
Before you make that decision.
before you make that decision, but still like have all the Kickstarter stuff with it.
Yeah.
So, and that's really awesome, right? When you can do that with because most of the time if you wait for a retailer, you're just getting like the standard
regular
edition.
standard edition, right.
But if your store is cool, they will order some, and then you can see the cool versions of the games. Did you guys have any other Kickstarters? Anything? It's cool if you don't. I just throwing it out there.
I mean, I did have one that I backed. It's over now, so unfortunately you missed the wagon.
Okay.
Although they might have a late pledge.
Sure.
But that the Rome one, is it Foundations of Rome?
Oh yeah.
It looks really neat. I'm excited about that.
We've
one.
talked
All the
about
sculptures
Foundations
and
of
stuff,
Rome.
so-
It
yeah.
looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't do the $1,000 one, right? I'm obligated to
No.
There's only 10 of them, so we'll know.
Yeah, it
We'll
wasn't
know.
me.
Yeah, the $1,000 one, for anybody who didn't see it, is like hand painted professionally. There's no way. There's no way, but
Not if you wanted to stay married.
Correct.
Yes.
I would love to see someone's copy though. Like I'm hoping,
Yeah.
like at a convention we
I'm
go
sure
to,
somebody will.
we'll see
or if we
one.
can convince like somebody like Pete to paint it for us.
Right. Somebody
Somebody very talented to.
actually just paint ours, and then we
Yeah.
save $1,000.
That's right. Take him out for dinner and some drinks and.
Right.
Yeah.
He works for beer.
He does. So that's.
That's a lot of beer.
And by the end of that.
Well, you don't have to pay him $1,000. You're like, no, Pete. Like this is worth like a 6-pack, right?
Yeah.
Shh. Pete doesn't watch these, I hope.
I hope not.
He's on these.
Is he?
So, Uh-oh. Okay, yeah, Foundations of Rome.
Again, yeah.
And
good.
it also had a retailer pledge. So
Okay.
ask your game store. You might get lucky. They
Might
might
get
have,
lucky.
because I know my game store did back it.
Nice.
So I'm gonna get to see a copy. He backed it. I've got at least one other friend that backed it. So
Yeah.
in 2 different gaming circles, right?
So you'll get it to the table.
I will. It
You'll
will
see
be
it.
at a table that I am at.
There you go.
So yeah, no, that's awesome. That is awesome. Tyler, anything?
So today I went to my local meetup for my gaming group, and I got to test a game that I haven't played before. It's actually a few years old now.
Okay, so you're trying out a new game. Is this a game?
It's new to me.
New to you? No, that's cool.
That's
That's
what
cool.
matters to me.
All
It's
games are
me.
new to you when you play them the first time.
Right. Anyway, John Company. I don't know.
John
if
Company. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a company-based game where you are playing cooperative, but at the same time, it's a money-based game, and you're trying to retire.
With the most money.
Yeah. You get your money buys you victory points basically,
Okay.
Alright.
and so the more money you have, the more victory points. Then of course
Sure.
you can win.
Nice.
But the cool thing about the game is, you have to buy, you work together as a group and you buy boats and you buy goods and then you have to transport them. And then you place, because you have a certain number of markers you can put out. And once you run out of those, I mean, either you're completely retired and ready to win or you're like struggling to late game to try. But anyway, the main focus is to earn money as a company together.
Okay.
However, but as a company, you have to earn money, you have to spend money, and hopefully you make more money than what you're spending.
Sure.
But there's army-based, so it's okay. The difficulty is kind of up there as far as like learning
It's
a
complex.
game.
Complex game.
Yes,
Sure. That's
but,
all right.
But I played it for the first time today, and I don't really play that many complex games, but I was able to pick up and go along with it.
Don't sell yourself short. You're smart
Right.
enough. You're smart enough. I don't want to give you.
Enough to play, maybe not enough to win, but that's fine.
If I give Tyler too many compliments, his head will no longer
it
fit
won't fit in the screen.
in the screen, and it will just be awkward. We'll have to reset, and then or like blur him out, and just. So yeah, you're
But
smart
anyway,
enough.
Yeah, so it's pretty complex, and I listened to all the rules, and I was like, can we just play this at this point, But going through it, playing it, I had a lot of fun because, like I said, you're playing together, but at the same time, I want to make more money than you. I want to retire before you, and something that happened in our game today is that the company crashed and burned. Okay, we got to a point. So there, like I said, there is armies in the game, but that's to basically get new trade with other cities in the game.
Sure, because you're like the East India Tea Company, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And so, that's part of the game. And then there's an elephant in the game. And I tell you what, this elephant makes the game exciting.
Oh.
Because you can have all these trade deals set up, and this elephant just comes in and destroys it all in a heartbeat.
Wow.
So this is where the difficulty comes in, because you got to plan where the elephant's going to go, because it only has a certain amount of spaces it can move to.
Sure.
But anyway, this elephant goes around, destroys everything, and what happened in our game is the elephant destroyed everything. We couldn't sell our goods, and then the company had no money, and at that point you go bankrupt and the game's over.
Nice. That was turn 2.
No, that was turn 6.
Okay.
But, we got pretty far into the game. I had a lot of fun playing it. Complex game, but
Did James win?
James blew us out of the
That would have been my guess.
Yeah, I know who taught him the game. I know who owns the game.
Mm-hmm.
He's a tough cookie
Yes, he
in
is.
games. And it just makes it even more satisfying when you beat him.
Right.
But yeah, he's tough. But he's a good teacher. He's good to play
He
with.
is.
I enjoy playing games with him.
Yeah, he taught me Crokinole today.
Me too.
Yeah.
We learned. I kind of learned Crokinole before, but I see it like once a year sometimes. So
Yeah.
like,
It was fun.
yeah, no, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like dexterity games. I
It's
think if I had a
unfortunate that board is
Crokinole,
so big. If I had a
Yeah.
space for it at the house.
yeah, I don't have a
need,
space.
like, a-
Big. It doesn't
table.
fold. Huh?
Well, see, something that James does is he hangs it on his wall.
It's artwork.
Oh, it is art.
So he just has it hanging on his wall, and then
Okay.
when he's ready to play it, he just takes it down,
and play
put
it.
it on the table. And
Brilliant. James, if you're out there, that's brilliant.
So we need to tag him in the video and be
Yeah,
like,
we
look,
will.
man, you
Yeah.
need to be watching because
is
we're
art.
talking about you.
Right? They should make more of those. Like, just you can put game boards on your wall.
Well, there's people that hang boxes, like
I've
game
seen that
boxes
too. They
and
stick
stuff
out
as
from the wall,
artwork.
and I feel
They
like
do.
I walk by and like smack it. All
Well,
the time.
you might.
I might. I take a lot of space. My broad shoulders.
Sure. So, other games. What's the game that's got your attention right now, Bob? What's your current
The
obsession?
current obsession is probably Taverns. Taverns of Tiefenthal.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. We played it again today.
Yes.
I've upgraded all my bits. They're all fancy now.
Have you? Okay,
Yeah.
so did you get new dice?
Yep.
Okay.
I bought all new white dice. I bought colored dice. I'm using one of Sarah's little crystals instead of the moon thing to be my marker. And then I've got a shot glass.
Mm-hmm. I saw the
until
shot glass.
Until I can get a nicer like mini Stein.
Sure.
But yeah, I try to upgrade what I can from it because, I don't know, I like doing
That's
that
a
stuff.
sign that you love a game,
Yeah.
right? You're finding like
Oh, and I want to make a card holder for it, right? Because there's just enough, like you have like the 6 people that you can hire,
Sure.
plus the deck and everything else is 6 places for cards.
Mhm.
And so I want to make a little bit of, I have some foam board at home, so I'm thinking about making
So you want to make
a
something
tray.
so that the cards all stand up and
Yeah,
just.
well, see, yeah, so they stand like on a display. So you pull it out, boom, it's set up, it's ready for
Oh,
you.
sure.
You know what I mean?
So it's set in, or are they standing up? Are the cards standing up so you can see them?
No, they're set in, right? So it's kind of like at an angle like
Oh, at
this.
an
And they got
angle.
dividers, right? Kind of like
Sure.
the wingspan where we put them up
Oh,
for
right,
sale.
right.
But
Yep.
instead there'd be 6 of them. And
Gotcha.
it would hold a deck of cards.
Gotcha.
And then,
Yeah,
that'd
that's
be kinda
that
handy.
could work.
Yeah.
That could
I
work.
gotta heat
That's
up that
pretty
glue
interesting.
gun. See if I can get
Yeah.
it working.
Yeah, taverns. I love
good.
I love that game. I taught my wife how to play that game,
Mm-hmm.
and like a week later, she's like, "Can we play that one game that we played that you taught me last time?" I was like, "Oh, what?" Like I was already pulling it off the shelf. Like, let's
All I
go.
was just saying is, can we play? Yes, we can.
Yes, doesn't matter what the rest of that sentence is.
That's it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I've got it. I'm pulling it out. We're going. Let's go. You played taverns, right?
Yeah, no, I enjoy the game. In the previous video, I mentioned deck building, and that is kind
Yeah.
of something you do with that game. But
Sure.
it has other elements like lot of other
Yeah,
elements
it's
to
like
it.
they took that book and they rolled the dice. And
Right.
they made a
But
game
it
with
all
all these mechanics.
works.
And then it worked. So then they made a game out of it, packaged it, sold it.
It all works. It's
Yeah,
So-
amazing.
it's good. It is a really good game.
Any way you like to play a game, you can find your own strategy to play this.
Yeah.
Right. So is John Company like your current obsession, or do you have another game you want to
Well,
talk
see,
about?
like I said, it's a company. Like you're working together to run a company, and I've never ran a company. I've never been a business owner, but maybe someday in the future I'd maybe be.
Just watch out
small
for the elephants.
town.
I was gonna
You
say,
wanna
though,
run it into the ground.
So you're gonna go to the bank, you're gonna ask for a loan, and they're gonna be like, "So what are you gonna do about the elephant?" I see.
Like,
this-
we don't have a plan for the elephant.
Or just
Sorry.
have an elephant chained to the store.
We're gonna talk about the elephant in the room. Yeah.
And that was the last time Bob was on the show, but it was really awesome having him.
It was nice being here. Thank you,
We
everybody.
were so happy. We were so happy he came out to join us.
Yeah.
I think my current obsession right now. So last week I talked about playing Imperial Assault because I've been
Okay.
playing it solo
Okay.
and using the app,
Oh, nice.
and it's awesome.
Okay.
It's so much fun, right? I'm going to probably crack into Descent
Mhm.
sometime soon using the app because I have so much stuff for Descent and I don't have a ton for Imperial Assault yet. But now I'm gonna have to go and like get
Get it? Yeah.
Imperial Assault stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now I started playing Tainted Grail
Oh yeah.
solo,
Mhm.
and I know that this hasn't hit everybody yet. I was a Kickstarter, got two-wave shipping.
Two-wave shipping. Yeah.
So I've got my game now, but I'm going to tell you, watch for Tainted Grail when it comes to game stores. Ask your game store. It's Awaken Realms. It's not going to be hard to get. They do nice print runs.
Mm-hmm.
It's really neat.
Really.
It's really neat because I feel like I'm going to play this solo a couple times, and then once I feel really good about the rules, I'm going to be like, hey guys, like we can play a campaign. And the decisions, I might know a few things, like if you do this, like this might happen. But there's going to be so many different decisions based on like party composition and like how people go and do different things. It's really neat. The
Really?
lore is really neat. So Tainted Grail is like this weird spin on Arthurian legend.
Okay.
So everybody lives on Avalon, which is where King Arthur left, or like went to.
Mm-hmm.
King Arthur used the Grail to conquer Avalon and to drive out the weirdness. And that's weird with a Y. WYRDNES.
Okay.
So
like,
anyways,
like wild stallions.
yeah, Wild Stallions.
Yeah.
So what's happening though is that King Arthur is gone and the land is becoming wild again. And so your village elders have all gone off to try to find out what happened. Well, they've disappeared. So you guys are kind of like the outcasts and like the leftovers. You're imperfect people. So you got flaws and like things that might come back to haunt you. You got like secret, like it hints at like some secret history kind of things.
Okay.
So each character's kind of got like their own thing. And I'm waiting now for like when the past is going to come up and like mess you up.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so you're going out and you're exploring. And so when you explore, instead of a board, they've got these cards that are about tarot size, kind of like this. And you lay them out. And they've got numbers on them. So this might be card 101 and it says card 102 is over here and 103. And then the cards have two sides. So if you explore a card, you flip it over and you've got like a whole different
it
set
says.
of actions and things that it says to do. And there's monsters that'll come out, and your combat is all done by like how you play your deck and chain your cards together. And they've got like these really neat icons on the sides of the cards. It's just really fascinating. It's really unique. I haven't played anything like it. So there's so much new and interesting things to it.
Have you seen Seventh Continent? I think it's a somewhat similar with
I've
the tiles.
I've heard
and
about Seventh Continent, but I've
exploring,
not played it. I didn't get in on the Kickstarter, and then now it's just kind of expensive or hard to find.
I've got it at the house. It's waiting to be played.
So why are you getting
Wink,
mad at
wink,
me
nudge,
about
nudge.
Tainted Grail? You've got Seventh Continent, or yeah, let's do it, man.
That's what I'm
Let's
saying.
do it. So yeah, Tainted Grail. I'm like, oh, it's so good. Like I want to go back. I need to like right now. It's like, man, if I could get a game in, if the kids would stay asleep and I could just play, that would be the trick. But so I've been trying to sneak in a solo game when I can. It's amazing so far. I think if you can get at least 1, 2 other people to play with you pretty consistently, you can play up to 4.
Okay.
sometimes it's hard to get like 4 people all together at the same
Yes.
time for an ongoing campaign.
Ongoing campaign, yeah.
But I figure if I play it solo, it's on me.
As long as you're always there.
I'm all, yeah. Some
Do you beat
days.
yourself?
Some days.
Yeah.
Some days. But yeah, it's really neat. I want to now, like now that I'm getting into it a little bit more, I really do kind of want to see how it plays with other players because I don't think that there's going to be like a hidden traitor element or anything like that.
Okay.
But you definitely are going to be
Affected by other people's decisions?
yes,
Awesome.
yes, and interesting ways.
Cool.
Because there's a lot of story. It's very story heavy and it's very thematic. So if you don't like to read, skip it. But because there's a journal book, you
Okay,
you open
yeah.
up and you're going to go to this page and you're going to read these things.
Okay.
And so there's a whole story and a tale that kind of unfolds and stuff. So
Nice.
super neat. There's some really amazing miniatures with it. You can get the regular version that just has standees for some of the monsters.
Okay. Instead of like the crazy, like classic ones.
I like fancy bits.
I like fancy bits.
So
Fancy bits.
I didn't even go all out on all of the fancy bits.
Yeah.
Because they have some really like crazy good ones, but I was like, oh, I'm already into this for a bunch. And Awaken Realms makes amazing stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
Nemesis, Lords of Hellas, Tainted Grail. They've just had Great Wall on Kickstarter.
The Conan game, wasn't that them?
No, that's Monolith.
Monolith.
Monolith did Conan and Batman.
That's right.
Gotham City Chronicles. So anyways, Tainted Grail. So good. I'm going to talk about one other game just because you and I are obsessed with this game all the time and we'll sit down and play it anytime, and I've played it 50 to 100 times, and it's DC Duck
I
Builder.
was gonna say DC Deck Builder.
Because
Tim and I, we're
Yeah.
going to talk about DC Deck Builder.
it's an older game. It's super accessible. You can find it anywhere. It's dirt cheap. There's not a lot of theme to it. The theme is that they drew DC superheroes on the card. I don't care. I love playing DC Deck Builder. We play all the time.
Yeah.
I love sitting down and playing it. So give me some of your thoughts on DC Deck Builder. I know you got some, always locked and loaded.
So my thoughts on DC Deck Builder is I have to beat Tim. That's in the rule book.
But he doesn't.
I never beat Tim.
It's my jam.
It
It might
It
be the
is.
game I'm best at.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's why I love it so much. Like, I don't even like this game. And then you guys come around and I'm like, let's play DC Deck Builder because I never beat you guys at other games. So,
But I mean, okay, so the thing that I enjoy about it is kind of a cooperative thing where you're attacking villains. You are the superhero, you're beating the bad guy or supervillain.
sure.
But at the same time, you're also working on victory points. Defeating the supervillain,
Right.
you get points. So
Right.
by me doing that for the group, I am therefore winning.
Don't act like you're doing
You're
this.
not doing it for the group. You're doing
You're
it
not
for the
doing it
points.
for the
Because
group.
once you do that, then everybody else is gonna get hit by the next guy. So
Yes, the
thanks.
next guy comes out and does something to everybody.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. I love, and we've played so much. We house roll. We play with different variants. There's variants online that you can find.
Yeah.
There
A
is,
lot to it.
there are, what do they call them? Cubes now, there are tournament cubes basically.
Okay.
So you can get online and find the rules, and they'll be like, don't use these cards, all of these cards, throw them in a mosh, and then that would be like if you were going to play in a tournament. And I played in a few tournaments at
Yep.
conventions, usually do pretty well, and man, I love that frickin' game so much. I love DC Deck Builder. I know hardcore gamers are like, "Bleh."
I'm telling you, speaking of deck builders, though, have you played Aeon's End?
Yes.
I played it once and I was
The
not impressed.
The regular game is okay. I more enjoy the legacy version.
I
because
shouldn't
you-
say not impressed. I played it late night at a convention. Was
Okay,
kind
so
of
you're
tired.
already drained and over it.
Yeah, so I need to play it again.
Yeah, and
I
you
need
would
to
probably
play it
really like the
again.
legacy one because like you start out blank, you got like one ability, and then
Right.
as you progress, there's a sticker sheet, and you're like, oh, I want this ability. I'll put that on my guy.
Oh,
Ooh,
sure.
I like this ability. And the cool thing I like about that, whereas most deck builders you have to shuffle your discard pile to form a new library. This one, you just take your discard pile and you flip it straight over.
Oh, wow.
So you can basically, as you're playing cards and they're going to the discard pile, you choose what
You're
order they go
ordering
in.
them.
And so when you go to draw them, they're all right in order.
So instead
Juicy.
of cycling through and hoping you
Hoping
get a
you
good,
get-
Right.
you
You're
can
putting
plan
it-
this out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that.
you also get to increase your super. Like I know.
And it's co-op-y. It's more
Yeah.
co-op-y than DC is.
Sure, yeah, DC's not co-op at all.
Yeah,
No matter what
I know what
Tyler
Tyler says.
No matter
Okay,
what Tyler
it's co-op
says.
in the sense that you're both heroes.
Yeah.
But, there are some ones where you still punch the other hero sometimes, so.
I mean, punches get thrown.
They do.
It does.
Can't help it.
Tables
Can't
get
help
flipped.
it. Yeah. Kicks get bought.
Yep, kicks do get bought
They do.
and gained and then burned.
Mm-hmm.
Trashing this. I don't need this.
But it's
Okay.
not even a complex game either. You can
Aeon's
just.
End. Have you played Legacy or Aeon's End or?
The
I
normal-
played
The
Legacy.
standard. Oh, you played
Okay.
Legacy? Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you have to follow and go through and beat the
There's like a boss you have to fight.
big boss.
Uh-huh.
So don't
Yeah.
your spells like sometimes they don't fire right away?
Yeah, you like prep them into open gates.
And
There's
then
some
they,
that will resolve
they
right
rotate,
away.
and
Yeah,
then they,
like so some gates are closed and locked, and as you pay to rotate the gate, eventually it will open up. And then yes, you prepare your spells, and they go off at the start of the next turn.
okay,
So that way you can kind of like stage things to go off together when you
sure,
want them
that's
too.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty
But
interesting.
that's why going through the game you upgrade your own hero.
Yeah,
And
and how he does everything and starts with
Right.
Because see, so I was tired
Uh
and playing, and I'm like, can I just do it?
huh.
I just want to do the thing.
No, you have to wait.
did you do the campaign where you go through everything and progress?
No,
or...
No, he
I
just
just
said a
I just
one-off.
played a. Here is Aeon's End regular, very first
Mhm.
like had it taught to me. I didn't hate it. I was just kind of tired and was
Yeah.
like,
Should give it another chance.
it's fine. Yeah, I totally will.
I was
And,
gonna say I started from the beginning with the campaign,
Yeah, I see.
and I had upgraded my hero to the way I'd want them to be.
Sure.
Yeah, and I really like that.
that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Mhm.
That's and there's a lot of people I know that I have similar taste in games that love Aeon's End
Yeah.
stuff. So I definitely need to.
Give it another shot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So that's pretty cool. I'll check it out. Aeon's End Legacy. So would you go back and play regular Aeon's End then?
I did go back and I purchased it 'cause I bought Legacy first and started playing it. I really enjoyed it, but it's hard to get those people together all the time.
Right.
And I wanted to play it more, so I went and I bought a used copy of the normal version.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's not as cool because I like my character better than the characters that are pre-generated. But the mechanics are all still there, and that's not bad. But I've only done that like once or twice, so I would like more experience of that. Maybe try one of the different bosses that it comes with, because I
Right.
do the same one each time.
Gotcha.
But I like it.
And it's straight co-op?
It is straight co-op.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Another question
Yep.
is: are the heroes asymmetrical in the
Yes.
base game?
Yes, they,
Like
they
not-
all have different abilities.
Okay.
Yep. And it
Cool.
does kind of tell a little bit of a story too. At least in the Legacy one, it was telling one like there's like, oh, these things happen, then we have a fight. Oh, shoo, we made it. Okay, there's this fight. Oh wait, there's this guy over here, and so it's very
Okay.
thematic that way where it's trying to tell a story.
The story is
Awesome.
very entertaining.
Awesome. No, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I will happily give it another shot.
Yeah.
Now the problem though is like like some Legacy games. Now that you're done, what do you do with it?
It's funny you say. I haven't finished the Legacy version of
Okay.
it yet. I did just finish my Legacy Charterstone tonight,
Right.
and I'm probably. I mean, we've talked about donating it to our local group to maybe they'll play it but I don't think anybody's gonna want to play that game.
Like now that it's completed.
Now that
and
it's completed.
It's its own thing.
Now, Aeon's End, I would say definitely yes, because you can take your hero and play your hero through the other versions of the game.
Okay, right
And
on.
that's super cool, right? So
Sure.
it's like, yeah, I'll play through this game and
Okay.
develop my own character, and then take that character and kick the crap out of all your other games.
Right. My
Right.
character's so much better than yours.
Yeah. Right?
But I think with the Legacy version too,
Mhm.
once you finish it, because I think I'm maybe one mission away
Are
from
you?
finishing.
That close?
But once you beat it, like you then just take and you mix things in together. So each big boss has little bosses that would come out. But I mean, you just combine everything together and then continue to play.
And just keep
Mhm.
playing. And
Yep.
Kind of like maybe what the original is.
Yeah, I think it's
Sure. Except now you've got your tweaked,
own cool
personalized
Yeah,
Yeah.
characters.
you build your character and
Mhm.
then you can play the
so
game.
what do you
with
do?
it.
What do you do if this happens? As this happened to you guys, you take an ability, and then you get like 2 more games in, and you're like,
That
ugh.
ability stinks.
Yeah.
You're stuck with a crappy ability.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Pretty much. I
That's
don't think,
fine.
I mean, you're further in than I am. Can you replace any of your old ones with new ones? Have you run into anything like that? Okay.
No.
I don't know if that's like a spoiler or anything.
Right, spoiler.
Awkward.
Choose wisely, guys.
Yeah.
No, okay. No, I just had to ask, and
Yeah,
that's fine.
That's a good question. Because
'cause-
Charterstone, you could replace your buildings, right? You could build a building, like, man, that building stinks. You can just build over it with another building.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And have.
And have. Yeah.
like 5 games in.
But I still think too, from the choices it gives, like most of them are still pretty beneficial.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's not like a bit like that. Oh, I bet that one's gonna hurt me. But
Right.
it's just you might not trigger it as often as
Right.
you
Why did I
hope.
take that ability where I just hit myself every
Right?
time?
Ah, damn it! This ability is so stupid.
Idiots.
Your deck does change though
Okay.
throughout the
Yeah.
progression of
Mhm.
the campaign.
Right on.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because you have a card too that's specific to your character.
Sure.
And you get to modify that card also.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
We've convinced him.
You
We've
have.
done our job.
Yeah.
Boom.
Like, okay. Try talking me into playing a game.
Yeah. Hey Tim, you want to play?
Yeah.
Okay. That was tough.
Right. Right. And even games I don't love, I will still play anyways, just because I like to hang out with my friends and play board games.
Right. And you want us
Spoiler
to play
alert.
the games, that you want to play that we don't like.
Whatever you like about everything too.
Pretty much. Except, I mean, any game I don't like.
Name a game you don't like.
I mean, I have to go classic style and go Monopoly. Just
No, that doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
That's not a game.
I don't know. I can't even think of one right now that I don't
See.
like. See, that's pretty bad.
I can name one that's not my favorite. I can name 2 that's not my favorite.
Well, yeah, because you don't like the rolling dice version of Lords of Waterdeep.
Champions of Midgard.
Champions of Midgard.
You are correct.
Yeah.
I
It's
need
wrong
to.
about that.
I need to try it. I've been told I need to try it with the expansions.
Oh, you haven't played with the expansions?
Nope.
Then you haven't played it.
See.
Yeah.
The other game
The Valhalla expansion's amazing.
the other game I don't love. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I know I might have had mixed, like bad reviews just to start with. Wingspan's a great game. Don't get me wrong. But my introduction to what Wingspan was just ruined the game for me.
It was
and
horrible.
I have that sour milk.
We were at a convention
Uh-huh.
and people were. There was Wingspan was a play to win game. You were there.
Oh, yeah.
We owned a copy of Wingspan
That's right.
that we had opened up but had not played yet. Had it sitting on a table, and we had somebody else, some random stranger, come up and start yelling at my wife and Tyler and some of our other friends about how we were hoarding a game. And then he was super embarrassed when we're like, "No, we own this, dummy."
Yeah.
But
So check your facts before you go
Yeah.
off on somebody.
yeah, Wingspan is super good. It was way overhyped at the
It was
beginning.
because it was such a short run.
Right.
It was hard to get.
It's an excellent game.
It is done well.
Play it. It's fun.
I have played it since then, but that is a game in my mind where there's just
It just
a
had an initial
sour,
bad taste in your
Right,
mouth.
right.
Yeah.
Right. The other very popular game that I just don't like that much, even though it's very pretty, is Villainous.
Oh, I haven't played it yet.
Villainous.
There's a lot of hype around that too.
It's very, the art is amazing.
Okay.
The all of the characters are really
Bits
neat.
and stuff.
My problem is the game takes too long. I'm done with that game after about an hour. And
I didn't think it takes longer than an hour.
it can because it's not
It doesn't-
hard it's very obvious when you're about to finish your board. When you finish your board, you win. So you're the first one. But it's not once you get close, everybody's
Target.
target, and maybe you'll get lucky and they will forget about somebody else and they will end the game and then it'll be over. But the it kind of turns into
drag.
Munchkin, right? Like Munchkin where you just start leader bashing.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, you're one away. So I'm just going to keep going. And if you're that guy, it stinks because you just know that everybody's going to bash you.
Yeah.
So it's like Catan. Look like you're in second or
Right.
third place
Yeah.
until the very end.
Sandbag, until you can just get 3 or 4 points in a row.
And just be done.
That's-
So the components for Villainous are super nice. I love the artwork and everything. I hate their little power tokens. We did a review about it.
Oh, did you? Okay.
When it's done, you'll see it. I don't even stop talking about it the whole time. But everything else is really nice about the game.
Okay.
I just don't love
It
it
just drags too long for
personally.
you.
Yeah, it's if I'm gonna play a game that's like 2 hours plus, I want it to really be something hearty.
Right.
You
Not
know.
2 hours because there's a lot going on, not because someone's just trying to beat you down because you're ahead.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And they're not even getting any further because they're dedicating
Right,
all of their resources.
to stopping you. I
Right.
hear that.
Right. So that's my criticism of Villainous. If we were at a convention and somebody was like, "Can you play? Like, we need another," I will play it. I would,
Right.
and I will.
But you're not gonna go asking people to play.
Nope.
My favorite thing is people coming up and asking, "Do you want to play a game?" And I'm like, "I've never played this before." You bet I want to play this. And if I don't like it, I won't tell you, but I'll play it.
Yeah. No. And I think that's. I encourage like everybody to be like that, right? Like,
Yeah.
unless you know that you're just really not that's not going to be your type of game, try it out.
Try it out. You might like it.
Right. Right. Make some new friends. I've made a lot of friends. I mean, you guys. Well, I met you basically because you came over from game night.
It was a game night.
You were
I
a
came
friend of
over,
a friend.
yeah.
And I guess same thing for you, right? Friend of a friend.
pretty much.
For
yeah.
role playing games.
Yeah, role playing.
So I have so many really awesome friends, present company included.
Oh boy, he said it on camera.
Through this hobby. It's a great hobby.
It is.
It's a great way to meet people, make friends, totally learn how to drive some of your friends nuts because
What gets under their skin.
oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, that's some of the best stuff. Like beating somebody at DC Deck Builder all the dang time.
Live rent free inside his head for a little while.
Right?
Oh boy, here we
Right.
go.
It's happening. But that's what we've been kind of obsessed about. So I hope we have been informative at the very least. Told you about some games maybe you want to check out. Fast Sloths, guys.
Yeah.
Fast Sloths.
That reminds me of Zootopia.
Kind of, right?
I love
Yeah,
that.
I do too.
Anyways.
I do too. I do too. So anyways, from the Board Game Rundown, I've been Tim.
I'm Bob.
I'm Tyler.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Board Game Rundown. If you liked what you saw,
Give us a thumbs up.
Hit subscribe.
and definitely ring that bell.